myself out.
The Resident Evil 4 Remake demo is fantastic. It gives plenty of reason to have faith in the story reimagining, while showing off great graphical fidelity, art direction, and, most importantly, a fairly deep combat system. I don't want to go too much into the non-gameplay elements, as I'll cover those properly when reviewing the full game. All I'll say is that the combination of some of the original dialogue, Leon's sassiness, a darker edge to the horror, and reference to events between the games is very heartening. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how the full narrative unfolds. It was also great to see secrets like Mad Chainsaw Mode and the hidden TMP machine gun unlocked to add greater replayability despite this just being a demo. But in this video, I want to focus on the combat, because elements from the original, general quality of life improvements, enhanced enemy AI, and the new systems involving the knife, stealth, dodging, parrying, and enemy mutation come together really well. The stealth is perhaps the most simplistic part of this. In essence, enemies become aware of you when in their line of sight, and crouch walking helps delay this. However, while they can't see you, it does seem easy to sneak up on them even in a sprint. Though on the other side of this, there doesn't yet appear to be the option to retreat back into stealth after being spotted. This isn't necessarily a downside. Resident Evil 4's combat is built around fighting in the open and using the environment, so stealth is more about allowing you to better pick your moment for when you finally go loud, rather than being a part of the main battle in the same way as the likes of The Last of Us. Shooting enemies in weak points such as the head or legs has the opportunity to stun them, allowing you to move in for a melee strike which can knock them down. This works differently with the Chainsaw Man and mutated enemies, who are tougher to stun, but the principle is the same. You can also use the knife to parry weapon throws, weapon attacks, fist attacks, and charges, but each time you do, the knife takes damage, as it does when you perform a stealth kill or stab your way out of a grapple. This gives you more options, but also forces you to decide when to use it, as it's limited and will break, especially if you parry the chainsaw. Another thing that will use up the knife is stopping enemies mutating. You can see this happening if they start convulsing when on the floor and a knife prompt appears. This requires being observant and reacting fast, but it does mean the difference between one fewer enemy or one that will be harder to kill. Alongside this, you can avoid throws and grabs with the crouch button, though this may take some practice. And you can weave through enemies by sprinting and reacting fast to changes in direction. Holding down sprint whilst moving through enemies even allows you to push away grabs, though this will momentarily stumble you, so you have to be aware of it and be sure to keep Leon moving. The enemies themselves will no longer just follow you blindly or group together for easy pickings. Some will move to flank you, some will stay behind from a crowd for when you double back, some will lay down traps, which won't harm you but will hold you up long enough for them to grab you. This is balanced by collateral damage if enemies get in each other's way, them being able to get caught by their own traps, and being vulnerable to knockdowns while climbing ladders. However, you can't jump through windows or over fences if there are enemies in your way. All of this necessitates smart play, keeping moving, being aware of enemy locations, and managing the battle. It's a lot of fun to get to grips with and to discover various ways of utilising the systems to your advantage. That this is right at the start, with the prospect of combat getting deeper with new enemies and weapon types, is very exciting. I'm very much looking forward to the full game coming out and giving my thoughts in a full review. Let me know in the comments if you played the demo and what you thought of it. Are you getting the full game when it releases? If you enjoyed this video, then give it a like and consider subscribing to keep up to date with all my content, like the video that's just popped up, which YouTube thinks you should watch next. Check out the links in the description to join my Patreon for as little as £1 per month, or donate to my GoFundMe and get your name in the credits of my videos, like those rolling up now, who I want to thank for supporting me and my content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?